Hello everyone, my name is Finch, and today I wanted to recap the first week of 6.0 as a mage. So over the first week I tried out all three specs. I ran Ubers a few times, I ran some Siege of Orgrimmar. I think the changes overall were pretty decent, but it'll be a lot better at level 100. One of the things I was really excited about was the ability pruning. Each class feels a little more unique, having their spells kind of locked to their own spec. So now, if I'm a Frost Mage, I don't have access to any fire spells other than Frost Firebolt, but that doesn't really count. I really start feeling a lot more like a Frost Mage. It was nice to finally have my action bars cleaned up a little bit. I had a lot of room to move stuff around. I think Blizzard killed a bunch of macros, so I'm missing some macros that I gotta fix, but nothing too important, probably. But overall, I feel like the game has moved a little bit more towards the Diablo feel, where you just have a handful of abilities that you focus on, and I feel like that makes the game a little better. I feel like it helps you just focus on the core of your spec and just get really good at it. While I was running Siege of Orgrimmar and Upper Blackrock Spire, I swapped around talents a lot, trying to figure out what I liked, what was good for what fights, what was good for what situations, and I found that a lot of fun. I did a lot of testing on the beta, but now that it's live and everything and I'm putting a little more effort into it, I'm definitely getting a feel for when things should be used. Some examples are Mirror Images is a single target CD. It's really good for a single target CD. Rune of Power, I'm always going to hate Rune of Power. I don't like being locked to the ground. It does give 15% damage, so it is quite a bit. If you can stay still, it's a better one to use, especially now that each rune lasts for 3 minutes, so that's not too bad, but I don't know. I just don't like to be locked to the ground. It doesn't feel right, especially as a Frost Mage. So I've been using Incantation Flow, which seems to be pretty decent. But again, if you can stay still for like most of the fight, or you know where you're gonna move, Rune of Power is probably the best one. It was fun playing with the 3 different AoE abilities, seeing if the bombs could match up with the passive or Ice Nova, like the Frost Nova replacements. And I found that Ice Nova was fantastic while soloing in single PvP. I was wrecking stuff. When I was doing the Warlords pre-expansion quest chain, mobs would be 1-shot or 2-shot. It was actually kind of fun. Unstable magic, you don't feel as much, but you can see it on Recount or Skada. The bomb spells, especially as a Frost Mage, I was definitely missing having Living Bomb or another Tempest, something I could dot things up while I was moving, or when I wanted to tag something really quick so someone else wouldn't steal a kill. So being locked to Frost Bomb kinda is a bit of a change, but the mechanics of the actual ability are pretty good. I feel like Frost Bomb kinda stinks at level 90 and will be much better at level 100 when you have the Water Elemental perk, allowing the Water Elemental to have Frost Jet so you can get Fingers of Frost off the boss every 30 seconds, which isn't bad. Overall, I'm feeling the changes are pretty cool and I'm having lots of fun with the mage right now. At the start of the patch, Fire Mages were kind of broken. They were really overtuned and they were just wrecking the meters. I was doing a Siege of Orgrimmar, and there's just no way anyone can keep up with this Fire Mage. It was kind of amazing. Blizzard released a hotfix patch, thankfully, and they brought fire down. I feel like their AoE is great, but it'll be a little better once we get the perks, so we can get the no cooldown Flame Strike and the improved Inferno Blast, so it hits more targets. So Fire's feeling kind of like it's half done. Arcane's not bad. It's different not having to worry about a mana source and you guys kind of manage it on your own, which really isn't too different. Again, I feel like level 100 bringing the perks is gonna make the spec a little better with the enhanced Arcane Blast, and so it won't increase damage or reduce it, making it a little bit different, especially now that we have a burn phase with Arcane Blast again, since Arcane Missile's damage is reduced. It's gonna be really interesting once we hit level 100. I do play a lot of Frost, and when I did Heroic Garrosh, I topped the meters, and it was really nice to do that, and it was really fun to see it. Frost felt a lot better, even though it was just damage, but it felt a lot better. It's still fun, I'm enjoying it. I do miss the dots. Not having to cast the Mage Armor, I guess, is definitely a good thing. I really wish that the buffs like Arcane Brilliance and all that stuff, or Arcane Intellect, would just be a passive as well. It kind of sucks to have to keep recasting that. You know, whatever, we've done it for 8 years, can do it some more. I didn't do a lot of PvP, but I can imagine the armor change might suck a little bit. I'm definitely looking forward to level 100, when we get all our perks and the new talents. I feel like it's really going to be solid. The level 100 talents offer quite a few things. On the beta, I had a lot of fun just playing with the Comet Storm as a Frost Mage, or with the Meteor or the Arcane Orb. For me, that was always the fun one. I like the big graphic and everything. The prismatic crystal is not bad. It's fun to see the crazy AoE damage just kind of explode out. But it felt a little funny after the crystal disappears. You have to retarget your previous target. I know you can make macros and focus stuff for that, but it didn't feel as nice. And the passive one in the first column is always a nice change. I think it's best for Frost and Fire Mages. But anyways, that's something to discuss more once Warlords comes out and we've got some more testing done for it. Overall, it was a fun first week. I really like some of the changes they made in patch 6.0. I love the reagent bank. I love the toy box. That stuff both cleaned up my bags. I pretty much gained at least half my bag space back, which is fantastic. The group finder is not as good as OQ, in my opinion, but it's something, and hopefully people will create some add-ons that clean it up and make it a little better. I miss having the new raids posted in my chat so I can see what's happening, what new stuff's out there. Another part of 6.0 I enjoyed was the favorite mounts ability you can get from the mounts tab. I have a ton of mounts, and it's always hard for me to choose which one I'm going to use. So this one just kind of makes it easier. I know there was macros for this, but this one allows for a lot more mounts to be used at a time. So what did you guys think of the first week of 6.0? Were there any changes you really liked or really hated? How are you enjoying the mage changes? Did you change your spec or are you staying the same? Let me know, I'd love to hear all your thoughts, and as always, be sure to like and subscribe.